So I recently picked up about 89 PS1 games. I have 15 here that I'd like to go ahead and go over here with you. First game we have here is Activision Classic games here. This features games like Hero, Atlantis, Pitfall, so really good games if you like Atari games. PS1, really good pickup. Next game we have here is Battle Arena Cheating 2. This game is a fighting game. It's very similar to Soul Calibur, before Soul Calibur was huge. Really great weapons, great fighting. Awesome game, worth picking up there. Next game we have here is Burning Road. Really great arcade racing game. Really great multiplayer. It also features one of the only games to feature this is the PS1 link cable. So if you happen to pick up a link cable back in the day for PS1, you could hook up two PS1 consoles together with that cable and two copies of this game and have some fun playing multiplayer via link cable. So it's kind of cool. Next thing we have here is Cool Borders 3. Really great snowboarding game. I mean, it's obviously not complete, but really great snowboarding game if you like games like that. Critical Depth. This is a really fun game. I'm really glad I have this in my collection now. It's kind of like Twisted Metal underwater. Is the best way I can describe it, but it is a lot of fun. So if you like Twisted Metal, you like submarines, definitely worth playing. This next game in my collection, I'm happy to have this. This is one of the seal games I have in my collection now. I have quite a few, but Grand Theft Auto, the collector's edition, comes with Grand Theft Auto London, and Grand Theft Auto 2. Now, if you have never played either or any of these games, I mean, Grand Theft Auto London is more of an expansion, if you will, to the first game. But it's a top-down perspective game, so kind of like Chinatown Wars, but more flat, I guess you could say. But if you like Grand Theft Auto, you like Chinatown Wars, definitely worth picking up. Next game we have here is Jet Moto. Now I featured the second game in my PS1 collection overview. This one's the first one. More great stuff as far as racing the anti-gravity bikes. Different tracks, different racers. Definitely worth picking up if you like racing games. Next game I have here is also a sealed game. Really great that I have this as well. Great, awesome game, and that is MechWarrior 2 on the PS1. If you're playing the MechWarrior games on the PC, this is very similar. Well, this is that game on the PS1, MechWarrior 2. It's a mech game. It's a fighting game. You go through missions, destroying mechs. You have various different mechs you can play with. It's a lot of fun. It's a relatively long game for a PS1 game, but definitely glad I have that. Next game I have here is Namco Museum Volume 1. It's a collection of Namco arcade games. You got Pac-Man, Galaga, Pole Position, Rally X, Toy Pop, and a few other ones. So if you like Namco arcade games, definitely worth picking that up if you can find it. Next game I have here is also a sealed game. There's actually a couple more in here. This is Perfect Weapon on the PS1. I have never played this, to be honest. I've heard relatively good things about it. It looks to me like kind of a action adventure beat 'em up game, so I'm definitely looking forward to reviewing this game in the future. Next game we have here, the next couple here, are all sealed. This game being Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles. This game is a lot of fun. I think it looks better on the Dreamcast, but if you play it on the Dreamcast, play it on the PS1, either way, it's a good game. A lot of fun. It's not I guess you could call it like a beat 'em up, if you will. But Star Wars definitely worth picking up, worth checking out. Next sealed game is also a Star Wars game, and that is Star Wars Dark Forces. This came out on the Mac, and I think on the PC and the PS1. It's a first-person shooter based on the Star Wars films. One of my favorite first-person shooters, to be honest. A lot of fun. Glad I have this in my collection, and I will be reviewing this sometime in the future. Next game, also sealed. Actually, the last game that I have in this series of games here that are sealed, and that is Star Wars Rebel Assault 2. Really great arcade on-rail shooter. And if you like Star Wars, you like the Rebel Assault, the first Rebel Assault, you like this one. Definitely a lot of fun, worth checking out. Okay, and the last two I have here. This one here is not. The other last two are not sealed, and that is Tekken 2. Really great fighting game. The first one is awesome. The second one's even better. Third one's even better than that. Really great game. I like games like Virtua Fighter, Dead or Alive. It's definitely worth picking up. And last game I have here, one of the first games I've ever played on the original PlayStation. Love it to no end, and that is Twisted Metal, the original Twisted Metal. Vehicular combat game. You run around trying to blow up the other cars. A lot of fun. Worth playing if you like blowing things up. You like cars, weapons, guns. Definitely worth playing. Okay, so those were 15 of my PS1 games I have in my collection out of the recently picked up 89. I would have went through all of them, but that's a lot of games, and I'm sure you wouldn't want to stick around for that many games. So I just picked out some highlights that I thought were cool. And if you like those, please let me know in the comments below what games you'd like me to see or like to see me review in the future. Love to hear it. And thank you for watching. Until next time, happy gaming and take care.